What's up, folks? We're here right now. We setting off this channel, Live Sports Network. I got my boy Mars, and I want to start it off. We have this conversation we have about Carmelo. Now, my man Mars, he's all about Carmelo. Me, not so much. Because I have this thing with NBA players who don't win championships because they don't make other players better. So they can pad their stats, stay on teams that ain't that good, but then if you go back in history, you see that they had some good teams to work with, and they ran across some stiffer competition. Or was it just that those players played together better because this other player could not pass the ball? So when we talking about Carmelo, we're talking about one of the great scorers in the NBA, like 28 points was his highest season average. Talking about a man who never won an MVP, never won a championship. We're talking about a man who was on a couple different teams. Let's start off with Denver. He had Iverson, he had J.R. Smith, he had Camby, had a solid squad. Now, he was running up against some Kobe Bryant teams, so we know that he's running up against greatness. So all I'm saying is Carmelo is right now out of the league, and we kind of wonder why. You know, there's a point in your career when all that money doesn't add up to people wanting to play with you. So when you took the deal, Carmelo, you took a deal to take the money. But at the same time, the players is like, now, all the superstars can be like, come on, put Carmelo on the team. But you know what's happening? Nah, you ain't taking my shots. You ain't taking my shots, Carmelo. You go ahead and sit on the bench with your lackluster defense and you're shooting the ball and shooting people out the game. Now, I'm not trying to take away the credit for the scoring. But we need to talk about players who make other players better. That's how you win championships. We need to talk about defense. We need to talk about all those stats where Carmelo doesn't add up. So I'm going to bring you my perspective. Carmelo had his best chance when he had those Denver teams with Iverson. I think those were solid teams, but you couldn't overcome the Spurs and the Lakers. But then even when you go to New York, you still just a scorer. Nobody became better. And I put other people in that category. You got James Harden, like he's a great scorer, but is he ever gonna make players better to where he wins a championship? Realistically, they should have been able to pull that out against Golden State and win one, but you know, with CP3 gone, you see what happened. Just think about this. You add Carmelo with Iverson, two of the greatest scorers, so they should be able to work it out like Golden State did, but it didn't because there's too much ball dominance, there's too much ego, it's too much. And guess what? Carmelo still hasn't changed. I watched a few videos with my boys Jalen and Chauncey, and they have the same perspective as me. Like, Carmelo hasn't took his role as a bench person, as a person. He still wants that star role, and you're not a star player no more. You see the points decline, and you see the accuracy decline, and the free throw percentage decline. So you still want star status, you still want star money, but you ain't got star potential no more. You were a past star, and in the past, that still wasn't enough to get you a championship, get you past those teams that had it together. So I'm not saying that Carmelo isn't great. I'm saying Hall of Fame. Here's what's wrong with the NBA Hall of Fame. You got players that are superior defenders. Now, we'll talk about it later, but like Scottie Pippen, superior defenders. But overall, do they really belong in the Hall of Fame? When it comes down to it, you have offensive, you have defensive. When you have both together, then you have somebody who's great. When you have a great scorer with no defense, he's great at scoring, not great at defense. All around players belong in the Hall of Fame. I want to start that off right now. I'm putting Carmelo in the offensive Hall of Fame, but not the regular Hall of Fame. And in defense, and as far as making a team better, man, I'm scoring you fail. And that's why right now we don't see Carmelo in the league. Right now, you need to kind of tone it down, try to become a sixth man of the year, see where you can fit in. Maybe you can get a team, but man, there's some sorry teams out there right now that aren't signing Carmelo. I feel bad for you. You was great in Syracuse. Great scorer, but man, I'm just gonna tell you like it is. We can't have a channel with a whole bunch of false feelings and people talking about, well, he was a great scorer and all this stuff. No, we're gonna tell you the real on this network. I'll let next video, my boy Mars will probably come back me, with some stats. He'll tell you like what I really feel from what I've seen over my years watching the sports. So I hope y'all enjoy this. We gonna have some fun. This is gonna be a good show video. We gonna make this get a bunch of hits and have some fun with it. All right, peace.